my intention is to create some great ways for you to change those thinking. So here we go. Hi, this is Christy Karate with Christy's Clarity. And today we're going to ask the question, whose thoughts are they anyway? Right? You think they're yours, but I want to tell you that the statistics from the experts say that it can be anywhere between 90 to 100% of our thoughts are recycled. We're thinking our same thought over and over. And where did our thoughts come from? They came from the way that we were programmed. So let me read a piece from my book right here, right? I can't say it better than I said it once before, right? So this is about living by design or recycled thoughts. And the way that my mentor says it is living by design or default, right? So the secret, it talks about the secret of life is beginning to live life by design, like by your choices. Yet our subconscious is really running the show. Most of us don't realize that, right? So the average person recycles most of their old habits and their thoughts to make decisions and to move through life. These habits and thoughts all come not only from your past, but, oops, I've got my bookmark on here, but from past history and also from programming you were given. Now, as a child, and I'm just going to paraphrase this, but as a child, that was a good thing. It was supposed to be a good thing. I know not all of us had skilled parents, but the intention of us taking those things in at that time is to let us have a better sense of development. Okay, so, and to keep us out of harm and things like that. I want to tell you I'm going to share a little story with you. So when, before my husband and I were married, we kind of ran into a little block or stalemate or whatever you want to call it. I don't even remember what it was, but we decided that we weren't meant for each other and that we shouldn't get married. We shouldn't move forward. Actually, we weren't even discussing marriage at that time. It's just like, let's just end this relationship. But we both talked about it and we decided, why don't we heal whatever was the problem so that when we go into a next relationship, we won't have that same issue or problem, which I can't even remember what it was. And so we decided to stick together and move through this challenge and then reassess. That was 32 years ago, maybe even more, because we got married 32 years ago. And so we realized that we were living by some old habitual thinking and that we first wanted to change that thinking before we first made a big decision like that, and secondly moved on to possibly another relationship and lived it again. So we don't even need to know whose thoughts they are. That's the good news. But I want you to realize that not all the thoughts you are thinking today are yours. They are status quo thoughts. They are beliefs that you put into you. What else it says in this chapter is, all the water in the world, this is a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, all the water in the world cannot get inside of you. They cannot drown you. Boy, I blew that one, didn't I? All the water in the world cannot drown you unless you let it get inside of you. So right now the thing is to stand guard, like Thoreau said, stand guard at the portal of your mind. What kind of thoughts do you want to have? I'll give you a clue. What do you want to create in your life? Because all of the thoughts, even when you're talking about the news or anything, all of our thoughts end up producing results in our lives. So what kind of life do you want to have determines what kind of thoughts you have. So I hope this brings great awareness to you, and that this weekend and throughout next week until we meet again, you think about, whose thoughts are they anyway? Oh, I don't need to know, but what thoughts do I want to have? See you next week.